Hi everyone, Raphael Harry here, and you're listening to White Label American, a podcast where we hear stories from an immigrant or two, sometimes more. Thank you for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome to another episode of White Label American. Thank you all for joining us today. Before we begin, I have a question for the audience, and not limited to only immigrants. Why are you living in the city that you are currently living in? Email your answer or DM me at social media, especially Instagram or Twitter. Yeah, you know our Twitter. Send me a message over there, or you can leave a voice message at www.whitelabelamerican.com, and you can also subscribe to our newsletters and subscribe to the podcast there on Apple, Spotify, and all the good places. And if you haven't left a 5-star review, what are you waiting for? Leave a 5-star review. You know I love to read that, and I'll read some on the show. So please do. We love that, and it makes me happy, makes Josh happy, makes everybody happy. So please do. And if you want to give us extra love, make us, give all the real loving, then you can leave a donation. You can donate as low as $3 or as much as Jeff Bezos does, So, 100 million, we're not going to say, no, I'm black and I'm bald, Hey, give all the loving. But we know times are hard, so we understand that. So, we accept anything in dollars, euros, British pounds, sterling, crypto. Well, we negotiate that. We can negotiate crypto. I know a lot of you crypto bros, black men, this is discrimination. No, we don't discriminate here, but we prefer dollars, all right? Yeah, dollars is on top of the world. So, go convert it to dollars and send it to me. All right, then we need to grow our team. So please do. So with that being said, let's meet today's guest. Nancy Mulemwa. I forgot to even ask you how to pronounce the full name. Mulemwa SiiSii.
You got it.
My past life, I used to hang out in your country. So one of my past lives. So that's why I know how to say your name. So she's a wife, she's a mother, a financial industry professional with over 15 years experience, and a resident of NYC. She's actually more NYC than yours truly, but I still claim NYC. But now we have a real NYC, more real than myself, and other than Josh. But so she's gonna let us know where she was born in, and she's gonna give us all the juice. But before that, she's also the host of Concrete Pastures Podcast, and I recommend you guys check it out. It's also a podcast about immigrants, their dreams, and she's a fantastic person. She loves giving people a platform to share their stories, and all-around wonderful individual. So welcome to the show. How are you doing today, Nancy?
Thank you for that intro. Love it. I'm no longer a wife. I'm separated.
Oh, my bad.
No.
I did the African thing there, and I just said, "Oh, beautiful woman," and just named that wife.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm ready to be a wife, though.
I just crossed 40, so once I'm that official uncle age. So once we see any beautiful person, we're just gonna be like, wife or husband. We're just gonna automatically start calling them, and then they're gonna be like, no, I'm not. You're not, my friend. No. I saw you with. I saw you that. That's not your husband. That's not your wife. Okay. I see you, but okay. So maybe it's just the brand new 40 that I am that's already affecting me.
Oh no, that's okay. Yeah. Then the 40s are the new 20s, so it's great.
Wait for 1 month, then I start claiming the new 20s. I'm still rocking the 40s right now.
Ralph, it's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here too.
Thank you.
So, before we dive into your origins, as part of your origins, what are the meaning of your beautiful names?
So I really don't know what Nancy means, or my first name is Mulemwa.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll clear that. That's why on my podcast, I actually mention both names, Nancy Mulemwa, SiiSii. SiiSii is my last name. When Mulemwa means someone who's not expected.
Oh.
But for the fun of it,
I need to know the story behind that now.
I don't know. I have to ask my parents.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
that's assignment.
I have no idea.
We have an assignment, so you have to come back for part 2 and then tell us.
Of course, I'll gladly. But I Googled yesterday for the fun of it. I'm like, oh, let me just take a look. It says somebody who was seized.
Seized?
Yeah, like captured and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. So it's up to the viewers how they want to take it. But when I was back home, I did ask what the meaning of my name. I remember someone telling me that it stood for someone not expected. Probably maybe it was a pregnancy that expected. I kind of get it because my mom, after she got pregnant with me, she dropped out of school, high school. So
are you the firstborn?
yes.
Okay, that you should have started with that. You were taking me on a journey, and I was like, wait, so unexpected. Wait. I was thinking, wait a minute. Oh, then you should have just said I'm the firstborn. I was like, oh, girl, don't go too far. The firstborn. Yeah, that's common with firstborns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most firstborns were not expected.
No, mine is planned.
Were expected in a way, but they were like, oh, but we're I'm like, come on, parents, come on. I'm not judging y'all, but come on. I mean, okay.
Yeah, right, but as for my father's name, I don't know what it means. I love the name, but
I think you're the first person from the part of the world that you're from that, I never knew you guys beard SiiSii. And yeah, because I'm only used to SiiSii as an Egyptian.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think even the current president of Egypt is SiiSii.
The only person now that I met somebody from Senegal. He's mixed Senegal and South Africa. His last name is SiiSii.
How did he spell his?
He's spelled like mine, but his has a C. So SiiCii, and there's a Y, I think, at the end.
Yeah, Senegalese use Y.
Yeah, there's a Y at the end, and I'm just like...
It might be similar to the Egyptian... How does the Egypt's president spell his name? But I think he has one I instead of two, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you have no idea how much they butchered it here. Mm-hmm. Like when I started college, forget it.
No, man, you're gonna have stories on that. So I'm not surprised because when I saw the name, I was like, wait, let me take a look again. Did I spell it right? Let me
yeah,
check
no,
again,
it's right.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a connection
with the Egyptian heritage. Hey, I'll take it.
If River Nile and all that. So,
I will take it.
Yeah.
And
so
it's one of my dreams, really, to go to Egypt.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't happy that I missed out on the African Cup of Nations in 2019.
Hey, I beg.
Yeah, but I'm working on attending one, but very soon I'll start going regularly. So, can you introduce us to your place of birth and your childhood?
So I am from Zambia, and I was born in the western part of Zambia, which is in Mongo. My childhood, I don't remember the part where my parents were together. For some reason, my brain blocks that completely. The only time I meet my mom, it's the time that she's single and me and her are living together. Okay. And with my young sister, she was going back and forth from living with us, and then she will go visit my stepdad. And then from that, my mom was doing a business at the market. She used to sell tomatoes, vegetables, and she would sell like small fish called carpenter. So that's the origin of her business. That's how she started. As soon as she separated from my dad, she had to make some type of income to take care of us. And then her business started growing. She found a need in buying plastic containers, and she started to sell those things. And I guess she was making profit. So she decided to, let me go to the city to go and mingle with the big ballers, learn more of what else they are doing in the city, which is the capital city, Lusaka.
Lusaka, yeah.
So she left Mongo, went to Lusaka, and she left us with my grandmother. My grandmother lived, like, we would call it a compound. I don't know if that's the same way that you guys call it in. And to really truly describe it, when I first saw Queen of Katwe, it reminded me of that.
Oh.
Yeah, it reminded me of, that's how the place looked like. Her house, my grandmother's house, was made out of mixed clay and mud, and the roofing was just okay. It rained in whenever we had like a rainy season. We'd have to put buckets around. We had 2 rooms. We slept on the floor most of the time. So it was really, really rural how we lived around. It was 8 of us. My grandmother helped, I guess, put food on the floor for us, not on the table, by selling milk. And from that, even selling milk, she would go early in the morning, 5 in the morning, to sell that. And then when she came back, she would go and sell fritters, which is fried dough. One of my favorite things to eat.
Wow.
Fast forward, my mom makes it. Whatever success was for her that time, she buys a house for my grandmother, which has electricity, a whole upgrade for my grandmother. And it was nice to see for my mom to do that. This was the first house she was buying. Instead of buying a house for herself, she was buying a house for her mother.
Which that's how the system works. Yeah, that's how we normally do it.
It was great to see. It was a teachable moment for me. And I've lived with that for a very long, long time. That you have to be able to give to your parents in a great way. Once my mom bought the house, we moved to that house. And at the time, shortly after that, I was going to 7th grade. My mom took all of us. We are 3 of us. And then we went to Lusaka to live with her. But again, she had to provide. Our family dynamic is very different. It's more of work, and provide.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt my mom's love. That's how I felt whatever dynamic, because people have different dynamics. So some people have their family, their mothers, their fathers at home taking care of them. For me, it was different. We were taking care of other people, mostly sometimes housekeepers. But when my mom was traveling, she's like, you know what, let me take you to boarding school. So I went to boarding school since 7th grade and graduated. After graduating, I had nothing to do, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on there. We'll come back to boarding school. I have a question on boarding school. Because a few of our guests have attended boarding school. So I'd like to know about the boarding school experience. But before we come back to boarding school, what's your ethnic group or tribe in Zambia? Lozi.
Yeah, so we have 73 dialects.
Okay.
And for me, I speak Lozi. I understand some, like a little bit of Nyanja, a little bit of Bemba. I can speak just very little of it as well.
Oh, so you guys have Bemba in Zambia? Wow.
Yeah.
I've only heard Bemba from Congo.
Malawi?
There's Bemba in Congo, right?
I'm not sure if Congo, but there's a country that has almost the same. I think it's Nyanja or Bemba. I think Malawi kind of speaks.
Or maybe it's Malawi that I've heard of.
Yeah, I think Malawi has the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because I was trying to, I was still thinking about your last name. I was thinking
that's a Lozi name.
I was thinking in Swahili, and
I confuse a lot of people with my last name, to be honest with you. Same thing with my first name. It's a unisex name. So you never know who walks in. Especially, if you're from Zambia, they will know already, like, who was walking through the doors. They wouldn't know. So it could be a woman, it could be a man with the same name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's like my late cousin's name, Twanda, from Zimbabwe. It's a Shona name. It's also unisex.
Gotcha. Beautiful name.
Yeah. She was a beautiful person too.
Oh.
Yeah. So, So let me see. Before I come, another question before I go to boarding school. Well, what do you consider your favorite childhood memory?
I have a lot of childhood memories. So when we were living with my grandmother, we used at night. So our entertainment is always be music.
Hmm.
So whenever we heard music, I don't dance like the massacre kids, how they dance. I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
them
Masuka.
on YouTube. I show them to my kids just
Wait,
so they
Masuka or Makosa?
Masaka, I think. Masaka kids.
Oh, Masaka.
Yeah, Masaka
Oh,
kids.
I
On
think I
on
heard
YouTube.
Masaka Kids. Ah, I need to write that one down.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they dance really, really well. Like to all the new music that comes out, and they remind me of my childhood. So when I saw that, it's like one of my favorite memories of just feeling free, no worries, no nothing. We were so poor, but I didn't think of anything during those times when we were dancing around. At night, would form like a circle, and we'll all be going
Oh,
inside the circle one by one, and we're all dancing
yeah.
and
I remember. Yeah, we did that.
yeah, or twos
Oh,
and
yeah, we got that from Soul Train.
I mean, no, Soul Train got it from us.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm claiming it. Okay, BET don't come for me, but yes, they got it from us. So yeah, we used to. That's one of my favorite memories. I used to love that, and just hang out with my sisters, laughing about nothing. Yeah,
hey, some of the best are always the simplest.
yeah, yep.
So,
Because we put in so much into, it has to be like extravagant. It's
yeah, no,
really not. It's just simple, and for me, it's just the simple things matter.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, there was some great memories from those dancing moments.
Yes, you learn how to dance with boys too in there. It was great. It was great, and we used to do this almost every night. We would do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because that was our
I
entertainment.
know every party that we had in the house, they'll be like, dance, come in the circle. I'm like, nah, I ain't dancing. Come in the circle, come there. And then there'll be some days where I don't know, the spirit was charged. And then you just come in and do something like that. Look at him using all his power. Look at him using all his muscle. Just go easy, man. Go easy. I remember some uncles who got the jokes. Look at me, come on. Look how he's sweating. You sweating too much, man. Calm down. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I can say my sisters dance better than me. So we stole each other's moves, and I would look at my younger sister. I'm like, oh my god, okay, where'd you get that move from? But yeah, it was one of my greatest memories those times.
The day I finally could do the Bobby Brown move. Oh boy.
You could?
I finally could do it.
Nice.
It was long after it wasn't even hot. That's when I could do it. And then, I was dying to be called out in the circle. Call me now, so I can come in the circle. I was trying to do MCM, and never my legs were not. My brain was telling me what to do, but my legs, I don't know what my legs are doing.
Oh, that's me these days. Whatever I see, I'm like, okay, I can do what the Massacre kids can do.
Yeah.
That's my brain telling me, but my body is just like, nah, sit down.
These days, I mean, I still dance, but most times I'm doing the Drake dance. That what was that song? Certified Lover Boy. The hip thrust. Yeah, so I've never listened to that song completely, but I just saw the video. I was like, my man, that's me. My wife just be shaking her head like this guy. Yeah. Yep, that's it. From 40-year-old, that's it. You just stand there and just be the waist. Yep, that's it. That's a Zaddy dance right there. Yep. Yeah, lucky that I'm not single. Cause if I was single, that would have just my Instagram would have been full of videos like that. Just that's me. We just wear my hat with a walking stick.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I'm taking revenge for all the circles that I missed out on. Because there were times when they'll be like, it's your turn to dance. I'll go sit down. Like, nah, I can't. All these kids dancing way too good. I can't compete. So I'll just go sit down. But now I'm not scared anymore. I don't care if you dance too good. I'm just come in there, do the hip thrust. Doing the, like, oh boy, this guy. Like, yeah. You think you can dance? Watch this. Ah, man. Yeah, go compete. Want to compete?
I can't. I cannot.
If you want to go real hardcore, add Wakanda move. Oh, they're gonna be like, okay, you win. Go, just go.
So we should have a competition after this.
Go.
Do the hip thrust, whatever it's called, and I'll do my little one leg, I guess.
Oh, one leg. Okay. You see, no, let me go. I need to go get my walking stick first. Yeah.
You making 40 seem like it's so old, like it's 80. You need to stop it. You need to stop. Jeez. You need to stop. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Everybody praises, oh my God, I can't wait to be 40.
Yeah.
And here you are, discouraging some of us.
Hey. Yeah, of course. When I fall down, I'm like, oh. I just doing the dance thrust on the ground. Like, are you getting up? No, I'm dancing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's where my child comes in. What are you doing? I'm like, okay, I have to get up now. Yeah. So, coming back to you and moving away from the hip thrusts. You attended boarding school. So what was your boarding school experience like? And I'm asking this question because I'm aware of boarding school experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've had them all on this podcast. So what was that like for you?
For me, I mean, the good part, I like the freedom of not having my mom around constantly. Even though I hadn't experienced my mom for so long.
Yeah.
But I loved having the freedom of not having, and I guess, parents or grandparents or whoever was in charge of me around. The freedom for me to make decisions on my own.
Okay.
It gave me that independence. I think boarding school shaped who I am today. Because without that, I don't think I would have the confidence to leave the country. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist boarding school.
You're the first on this podcast because most people was either Catholic or military or just outright private. Well,
I was going to go to the Catholic one, but my mom is Seventh-day Adventist. So growing up with my grandmother, I'll go back to my grandmother. My grandmother goes to church on Sunday. I loved her church. You go to church, it's like dancing and jumping.
Was Pentecostal church?
Not Pentecostal. It's called UCZ, but it's like Methodist. I don't know type of church. So there's dancing, there's clapping, there's a lot of singing, but it's like so happy. I used to feel so joyful going there all the time.
Yeah.
But my mom, she's been Seventh-day Adventist since I don't know. She used to ask me, can we go to church? I went one time, and I was like bored out of my mind. First of all, the church was so long. I'm like, okay, this is so long. So her vengeance was, I will take you to a Seventh-day Adventist school. This way, maybe you're going to take a liking to what I like as well. Yeah. So all of us went to the same boarding school, and later my youngest sister, she didn't like it, she hated it. My mom took her out. But for me, while I was there, I learned a lot. Embedding into my faith, even though I don't go to church now at the Seventh-day Adventist, I still pray every single day. I still observe the Sabbath day. I still do that.
Okay, so you're a Seventh-day Adventist on paper?
Not really on paper. It's just I I
In
do
spirit. Okay,
in
let me say in
spirit.
spirit.
Yes, in spirit.
Much better, more professional.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
spirit. I didn't like. So we were on a farm.
Wait, Seventh-day Adventists were the guys with the white shirts.
I don't know what shirt. What white shirts?
They always had their name on the yeah service on Saturdays, right?
The services on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been in America, I've only gone maybe I can count on one hand. And the reason why I stopped going is someone. So one of my customers told me there was a Seventh-day Adventist church right here on Flatbush, on Atlantic. I'm sorry. So I went 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time.
That's a lot.
Yes. So the 4th time, she tells me, "Oh my God, you look so professional when you're at work." So I didn't understand where that conversation was going.
Oh.
So she goes, "Oh, but why do you have to dress? This is winter time. I have long boots on and a jean skirt." So she's expecting me to look like I'm going to work. At work, I wear a suit every single day to work.
Mm-hmm.
On my day off, on my weekend that I want to go and connect with my God, I can go however I feel like going.
Oh, okay.
And she was judging my dress code. And I just felt like, you know what, let's leave the judging to God. That's what I told her. I'm like, listen, I come here to connect with God. I'm grateful that you told me that was a church. But for you to judge how I'm dressed, I don't appreciate it, because I really just want to come and praise God instead of just being judged.
Yeah, but you should have been in a white shirt, tie, and suit, blazers, and the bling bling, and
Even the bling bling is not allowed. Earrings is not allowed. So all of that she was judging. Oh, why?
So wait, Seventh-day Adventist it's not Mormons, right?
Yeah, it's not Mormons.
Okay, so it's Mormons I clashed with in Nigeria.
Yes.
That's right.
So for me, I'm just
service.
like,
okay.
Yeah. So going back to boarding school, there are things that I didn't like about boarding school. The food, of course, was just horrible.
Yeah, and you're on a timetable.
Yes, everything was scheduled. I like the structure.
Okay.
I've taken that with me through my life, actually.
How you end up in the military? That's still amazing.
Yeah. So for me, I love the structure. We woke up at 5 a.m. We went to school Sunday through Thursday. Friday we were off, and if we were off Friday, we went running in the morning.
Oh, Sunday through Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. So we went running in the morning, and then Saturday was worshiping all day.
Wow.
And then, but Friday after we go running, we would go to the field. They had like cornfield. They had like different crops of fields. So we'd go take out weeds. That was not my favorite part of the day.
Oh, I'm making you.
Yeah. So we were working for the school,
providing the food.
Yes. So we worked for all of that. I'm all for working for your food, but if your parents are paying, they should hire workers to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but why hire workers when you're around? Get to work.
I understand if you're teaching us gardening. And on top of that, we had to learn gardening. So they taught us gardening. I got it. But for me, it was just not, I didn't like that part of it. But other than that, I had a ball. I've met so many people that I'm still friends with to date. I don't have too many bad things apart from those.
So one quick question. When it came to disciplining you guys.
Oh, God.
How did they do it there?
It was horrible. And I don't like the way... I get it about don't spare the rod for the child if the child is wrong, whatever. I get that. But if you fail the class, let's say, they'll go... they'll whip you in front of the class, either on your butt or on your legs.
Did they have the same? Was it common to use the same? Did they whip boys and girls the same way?
Kind of the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the switch was. Here they call it the switch. The stick, whatever they use.
The cane.
it's the same thing. So if me and you were wrong, it would be, if it's such a big offense, it would be like publicized. Like the whole
in front of the whole school.
The whole school would be around.
Yeah.
And I think that's like damaging for kids to have that.
Yeah, it was. But in a way, we started looking forward to it without realizing what it was doing. That's how you create narcissists and psychos.
For me, I did not look at it.
Now I know, but back then it was exciting.
No, not for me, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. I was terrified out of my mind to be in a straight line, to not be made an example of.
Yeah, I mean, in my junior secondary, it was a mixed school. We had day students and boarding students. I was on the day side.
Yeah.
I was among the day students. And like sometimes, like if your hair was too high, like some days they would just come inside the when you're in the assembly line, it was just like cutting hair. Like, man, don't teach us. You're just evil. Just like keep mess your hair. They'll cut one side also. You have the option to go cut the other side to level it. And they did that to both girls too. And then
same thing for us.
They will bring
for us, it was
people
the
in front.
We're not allowed to perm our hair.
Yeah.
For the girls.
They did.
And if you had perm, it was just like you've made such a big crime. And they would ask you to cut your hair before they do it for you.
Yeah.
So you would just be forced to cut your hair. I couldn't wait to perm my hair after boarding school.
Yeah.
Like I was just like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made people. They drove people to that. But the flogging was for school fees. They flogged you for that. For us, yeah. Like they will bring you in front of the school. Like they will call names. People haven't paid. Like there was like once a quarter. They were like
no, they would call you privately. Thank God I never went.
They'll bring you in front of the school. You have been committing too many infractions from the school.
Oh my God.
So it got to a stage in the beginning, we started knowing the people who could absorb pain and wanted to be like that. And that's how you start creating narcissists and a whole bunch of evil.
I agree.
Because you start, look at him. Wow, he can take. And then because after you receive the flogging, you pop your collar. Especially the boys, the senior students. I'm like, he's cool. I want to be cool like that too. So I want to be up there too. And then you go up there, like, this one, you're not strong. Like, man, come on, man, take the cane. And then before you know it, like, as soon as you receive the cane, you don't move. We're going to be yelling, yeah. All of you there, kneel down. No. You're bad students. And then, because we were taught, like, that's cool. It's cool for you to go up there, receive all the floggings, 36 strokes. No, like, we didn't know what that's a lot of trauma that was going on. And there was actually someone who I know, he's not a pastor in the UK, funny enough. But when he graduated, he came back to the teacher who was always flogging him all the time. Yeah, like 1 year after his graduation, he came for that guy. Yeah, himself and his boys, they came for the guy. They beat the teacher, beat the hell out of him.
I think they take advantage to some extent. I get being disciplined, and in some way, it teaches us to work a little bit harder. You want to get higher scores on your tests, but they are creating such. Like, it's horrible what that creates.
To me,
in you.
I've never seen where the beating is part of discipline. It doesn't discipline anybody. It doesn't work.
I don't think it works.
It doesn't work.
Especially in schools. It doesn't
zero.
work. It just creates these rebellious people.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because you get used to taking a whipping.
All it is fear.
Yeah, you get used to it. Because I got used to my dad whipping me.
Exactly. So once you know that's all this person has to offer.
Yeah.
Then okay, what else? What next?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. Then I can respond. If that person goes to that level of I can respond, then you don't want to know what's coming.
Yeah. No, it's true.
So
it's true.
Most of us never got that. Oh, I can respond. Most of us were only at that. Oh, I'm just going to take it and I'm cool. Look at the girls will like me. Yeah, but they even know that's not how it works. But
no, I worked my tail off to just you know what, I don't want to be whipped. That was a social studies teacher who made it a point that if you got like, I don't know, less than 80, you would get a whipping.
We had teachers like that.
And it was just, and he was known, he was like so proud, and everybody was like terrified of him. I was terrified. And it's just like, he created so much fear in all of us. It's just unnecessary. It was unnecessary, and I don't think it should continue. Teachers should not be allowed to give a whipping. Because for me, I didn't even share with my mom if I got a whipping. Because then they would ask, why did you get a whipping?
Why did you?
And then you get another whipping on top of that.
Yeah, so it's not. I knew a few parents that they did show up though, like, but it was usually more powerful parents, and and they will come beat up the teacher too.
That's in Nigeria. In Zambia, they respect the teachers in Zambia. Okay, maybe not, like, at least when I was in school.
You know, you got the places that you got beat on your body were your palm, the palm of your
my
hands,
God, the palms,
your back, your butt.
Yep.
And then the most evil ones were
the legs,
the back of your legs.
Yes, that was terrible. So I got all of those for lateness.
Yeah, and our favorite was the butt, and because with time, we start coming up with measures to absorb it. So you start wearing shoulder pads in your butt. You wear extra shorts. Like, this is what boys were doing, and it was just crazy. Because you want to come late. You will come early and just be chilling outside the gate, so that we'll be late.
You want to hear a fun story? Before I moved to Lusaka to go to boarding school, primary school, this teacher asked us to bring chicken manure.
Okay.
Where do you even get chicken manure unless you have like a chicken
farm nearby?
Chicken farm. But nobody has a chicken farm. It's a poor area.
Yeah.
Nobody owns a chicken farm. Thank God for me, our neighbor had 8 wives. So he had to make some type of... He had to have some type of animals, because it was not necessarily having money as being wealth. So having, he had pigs, he had chickens, he had cows, he had all of the things just to have that value of money. And behind one of the houses for his wives, there were like 2 chickens that used to lay eggs there. So I went, and it was by my grandmother's side. So I would go collect whatever I could collect and mix it with sand, and I took it. She was still not happy. She was still not happy, and she gave us a whipping for not bringing manure to her. It was not even for the school. This was for her garden.
Oh, not surprised.
So this is like, they take advantage.
That's it.
Of kids.
Of kids, yeah. That's why I don't subscribe to the whole discipline talk, because we even have the more extreme one too. That I don't know if you guys have anything close to this. If you were tagged a bad student and they got tired of flogging you, like they couldn't like you could absorb their flogging, they'll go to a barracks, an army barracks, and then go pay a soldier to come. So a soldier who got nothing to do will come and then come start drilling you. Yeah, the soldier will come to the school and take you like to a football field. Like, oh, you think you're tough. You think you're this. And has their whip, because soldiers have their own whips. That's much more, that's like, it looks like the whips that use the flog, you Saudi or Sharia whips. Yeah, like, oh, all right, frog jump. I don't know if you know frog jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exhausting.
Oh, boy.
We used to do frog jump.
Your tie is going to be...
Of course, on fire.
Oh, and then you're going to see that with time, like if I were to start telling you what that guy I knew, who's now a pastor in the UK, if I tell you the stuff that guy did to some students, after that drilling that the soldier still gave him, and then they'll make him kneel down, lift a block for how many hours?
Oh my God.
Why are you doing this to a student? And he's paying school fees.
That's my thing.
It's like somebody in prison, hard labor. You're not even like, man, but that soldier is just putting his own misery on him, because they will get a low low-ranking soldier who has probably not been paid for a year
months.
or two.
Yep.
So as he's getting his pay,
Frustration.
he's just taking out his frustration on you, and the teachers too are taking out their frustration on us.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so there was a whole lot of that nonsense, and then I will now transfer to public school in another state later on. And by the time when I'll come there, I was looking down on people like, hey man, I'm coming from a private school. You all are below me. So when a teacher would say trash me, I'll just look at the teacher like, do you know what I've been getting? What the hell are you gonna do? And they're like, well, trying to flop me. I just catch the king. Like, hell no. Not today, man. Not today. And at the end, I'll still end up being a prefect. I'll end up being a prefect. Like, oh, you need to cut your hair. Cut that hair. It's too high. Because I had hair then. I had the square cut. Cut it low. And I'll just trim it down by 1 centimeter. I didn't care. I did not care. And now,
I didn't know they had that for boys. Of like you had to cut your hair a certain height.
Oh, yeah, but even if you, I think it was. I think they just did that to people who they just considered quote unquote bad.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, they because I knew other boys who had square cut but were in good
Behaved.
standing. Always greeted the principal. Like now I'm in the Western Nigeria, so Yoruba culture, you have to bend down. I'm like, hell, no, I don't go down to greet you. We don't do that. So why I gotta do that? They're like, oh no, but you have to dobale. I'm like, I'm not doing dobale. I'll stand up straight. Oh, you disrespectful boy from the south. Yeah, you don't have respect for your elders and all this. And I'm like, I've said good morning. I said good morning, ma. I said good morning, sir. Yeah, but you're supposed to say good morning, master. You're my master. What are you, master? So
You call them headmasters as well?
There was for all teachers wanted to be addressed as master, and I was like, that's weird. No.
Oh wow.
So that you get into trouble for that. Clashes. But I was a public school, and I've been to private school. And private school, we didn't address as master. It was uncle. Which I was like, it's even more weird now I think about it. Because
no,
we said uncle
for
and
private
aunties.
school, which is the boarding school, we did Mr. Such and Such.
Yeah, which was what we were supposed to be doing. But this Christian school, we actually addressed teachers as uncles. Like, why were we doing that? And it was just weird. A whole bunch of. I don't know. I need to interview someone who attended an Islamic school in Nigeria and find out how they address their teachers. Because that's the thing. I'm still not. They have floggings too. Don't get me. The Islamic flogging is old. That's a whole other. Because one day I walked by one of their Arabic schools for kids, like age 4. Around age 4 or 5. Like evening lessons.
Yeah.
And you saw kids like age 10 with whips over kids like age.
Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
whoa, hell no. You're on a whole different level here. It's like, whoa, I would know the Quran before I'm age 10 too. Yep. So anyway, we'll spend enough time on the schools. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we shall jump to your arrival in the United States and all the good stuff that comes with it. Hi everyone, we've made it 2 years, and who would have thought so? So let's go further and make it 3, make it 4, make it 5, make it 6, who knows, 20. But we can't do this without your support. So join us on Patreon at patreon.com/whitelabelamericanpod or linktree.com/whitelabelamerican. Go there and you'll see our Patreon link, and you can join us for as low as $3. We have bonus content, we have bonus materials. There's so much juice over there that we don't release to the public, and yeah, you can contribute in making this podcast better. You can send questions, you can send your ideas, and also there's a lot of new things that are coming. The announcements are made on Patreon first, because we have to, take care of people who help make this podcast possible. So you can be the one to make this podcast what you want it to be. Come join us on Patreon and make it what you would like to see. Join us, make it fantastic. Keep the 5 stars coming in, keep the love coming in. Thank you for the privilege of your company. Welcome back, people. Thank you for staying with us. So, before we officially arrive in the United States, I gotta know, what airline did you take when you were flying here?
South African Airline.
Oh, South African. Okay, I was trying to see if you took the unofficial airline of the podcast. trying to get money from them.
Which one?
KLM.
Oh, KLM.
That's flown.
I don't think it was in existence at that time. That was in 2002.
Oh, they've been around forever.
KLM?
Yeah.
My mom used South African Airlines. I guess that's why.
They were still strong then.
Yeah, they were very, very strong.
I'm surprised our airline went down. It's very disappointing.
I was very surprised.
Yeah. So
but it's easier for me to travel home that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they were like around. By the end of the 90s, South African Airlines was number 4 in the world.
Wow. I'm not surprised. The service was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like in 2012, we used it to go home. And the service is great. I didn't have any complaints, really.
Wow.
Everything great all around.
It's just that now they can't. I don't know how many. I don't think they will have up to 12 planes.
Wow.
So disappointing.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe let's win the lotto, or somebody has to invest into
They should just
White
make me their
American
CEO. They should make me their CEO. I'll save them.
Oh, good. Yep.
Yeah, well, they got to pay me good money too.
Yep.
So I don't know how that will work out. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Call me at South African Airlines.
Yeah, we'll advertise.
So you decided to move to United States. How did that come about?
So I got my visa 2001 after 9/11, and after that, like a few months after that, my mom got sick. So I had to take care of my mom. I stayed home a year than what I contemplated. I've always, once I graduated, my mom and I used to have talks as to where I wanted to go, where I wanted to do with my life. I was not fully decided until I graduated. And then when I decided...
When you say graduated?
In 2000.
Yeah, no, so when you say graduated...
High school.
High school, yeah, just for the audience.
Yeah, it's no high school. And then from that, my mom, I guess, revisited the conversation. Okay, what are you going to do with your life? I said, okay, I'm finally making my decision to go to America. My aunt was here, so it made the decision even easier. It seemed to me at the time that it was easy to make money because she was sending money to my grandmother all the time.
Was your aunt in New York?
My aunt is in New York, in the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah, so after the year of taking care of my mom, I took over her business. I was going back and forth to South Africa to supply goods for her wholesalers because business got to go on, was sick or not. I took over. Once she recovered and she was back into operational mode, I decided, my mom and I discussed, okay, this time, let's go, you start your life. Then I came here. First impressions, I got to JFK.
Oh, wait, before you get to JFK, I want to jump back to your visa process. Because you got your visa right after 9/11.
Yeah.
So what was that like, going to the embassy after, what was it like right after 9/11 that you got the final visa? Like, what was...
On the 13th, yeah.
So it was on the 13th, you had your final interview.
Yes. So the thing is, you know, prior to going to the visa office,
Yes,
you have all these preparations. So it was already prepared for us, and then we got the date.
yes.
And when I found out about 9/11, I was just like, okay. And I remember I was at Nando's and shocked. I'm like, okay, I don't know how this interview is going to go. But still, I went on the 13th because it's already scheduled. We went there. It was not bad at all.
Was
everybody...
security, heightened, everything?
No, not at all. They asked me, I think, 3-4 questions. They needed to see my mom's statements. They looked at everything.
Okay.
They made sure whatever you're supposed to provide was provided. The reason I was coming, and it was just very calm.
Okay.
The energy that I got from everybody that was there, like, it was just very calm. I guess what happened in America humbled everybody. It put us all in a different space, but the embassy was everybody was mourning. So when you go through such a tragedy, I think we have to reassess and reevaluate on how, I guess, you treat people in a way. So for me, it went well. And I think I like to say that if it's your day, it's just your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So still staying with that day. What time did you arrive at the embassy? Do you remember how long you spent there?
It was like around 9 in the morning.
Okay, so similar to the process.
Yeah, so it was early, and the interview was like not long.
Did you have to arrive
before?
Yeah, like way before 9. Wait for
yes,
some
we
time
waited out at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a gated it's a gated place. We waited at the gate. Of course, they have to ID you from the gate until you come into the office.
So do you remember how long it took?
The whole thing?
Like
from the gate?
Like for me, when I did it, like it took me like 4 tries before I finally got my visa. But on the day I got my visa, the word on the street that you have to arrive if it's 9 a.m. that they start opening the gates. But if you arrive like 5 minutes to 9, you're not getting in. You've arrived 10.
So
you have to arrive.
We were
before
30
7.
minutes.
You have to arrive.
We were
before
30
7.
minutes early. We
Okay.
formed a line. All of us that were supposed to came for an interview.
Yeah.
And then once it was, I guess, 9 o'clock, they opened up the gate and we walked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have a much nicer system because, and I don't know if Nigerian is different now, but I know then with the security system there it was like you better be there by 7 a.m. if you were for the 9 a.m. entry. So,
maybe because you have maybe a lot of people requesting. At the time, during my time, it wasn't so many people requesting
that's
for
a good
visa.
point, too.
So we had like maybe less than 10 people in the line.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it's not so much traffic.
Some
So I get it.
Nigerians we've traveling to Zambia now to go apply.
Yes. So I guess maybe if you have like 100 people in the line or 30 people in the line, you gotta be there earlier. So this way you don't miss your appointment.
Yeah.
Because it's one by one, and by the time 9 o'clock is there, your appointment, you're not there. It makes sense to be there at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. But they still open at 9 o'clock. It's until 9 a.m. before you start going in.
Yep.
Yeah, but you'll be there. But then you need to be there by 7.
Oh,
in line,
God. So
and
you're
then
first
wait.
in line.
Yeah, so it don't matter. All of you are there, but from 7 a.m. you have to be there. Security will be by
Gosh.
8. Security will be like, no, they're not letting me put into the line. So like I just targeted because I was coming from a different part of Lagos. I used to consulate in Lagos, and I was like, you don't want to target 8 o'clock, so you target 7 a.m.
Gotcha.
and then you arrive there. So if you are late, it's like 7:15. But I know I got there. I always got there before 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So I arrive way early, and I can't eat that. I can't eat before then. So that just I'm not eating for that day. So because you can't bring food inside.
Yeah. I didn't eat. I was nervous.
Yeah. So,
I was nervous, and even after I got it, it was surreal for me because this is the first try, and that was it.
good.
And it felt surreal. When I got home, my mom was more excited for me than myself. So my mom was like, "You should celebrate. You should." Blah, blah, blah. I was just like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, it happened," because the whole process of preparing took so long.
Yeah.
And then once I got there, I was grateful, but I guess it didn't come across when I got home.
Yeah, it settles in.
It takes time for me
settle
to
in.
digest things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you arrive at JFK.
Oh God, yes.
Well, was there someone there to pick you, or
No, I came with my mom's cousin.
okay?
So it was 2 of us that traveled, and we got to JFK. We got on a cab, but
Both first timers,
first time.
both of you. Oh wow, okay, even better.
Yes. So, but walking through JFK was just so disappointing. I'm just saying, it was literally disappointing. I was like, whoa, this is America. That's where my
I'm laughing.
this is where my disappointment.
I'm laughing because you're not the
came.
first person to have said that on the podcast. So.
No, but this is where my disappointment started of arrival in America. And I was just like, okay. Because I'm coming from South African airport.
Yeah.
The South African airport, come on. Looks great. It looks like, okay, this is...
Which one? Johannesburg?
Johannesburg.
Okay.
It looks amazing. And even after I went back in 2012 in Johannesburg, it's even more like...
You've upgraded it.
To a whole different level. But then being here when I arrived, I'm just like, whoa, this is America and it's not looking like, where are the lights? Where's the Porsche things? Where's everything else? Yeah, we got on a cab, and then when we got to the Bronx, I looked at the flat, which is an apartment here, building. Yeah. I looked at it, I was just like, wait, where are all the stuff that I saw on TV? Where's the amazing flats that I see in the movies? Where's all of that? So I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. It was November. I was cold. Oh. I had my jacket, my little jacket with me. Mm-hmm. Thank God, because when I traveled to South Africa is colder than my country. Yeah. So I kind of had the sense. Some experience. I kind of had some sense of bringing my jacket with me, but still it was very cold. Yeah, we waited outside. We rang the bell. The bell was not working.
Oh man!
My aunt that received us is my mom's young sister. Mm-hmm. And she was waiting. She's like, I've been waiting for you guys. We arrived at 6 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, I've been waiting for you guys. But still, it was just like, we were freezing for a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes outside because the bell was not working. And my frustration was just like, wow, this is America. Okay. They're
like you're like, I don't know about this New York. Is this New York?
Yes. So I was looking for the lights, everything that I saw on TV. That's what I was looking for. Mm-hmm. But having my aunt here helped a lot because she had been here. She was here since 1999, I believe, 1999 or 1998. She was here, so she kind of knew how to navigate. Yeah. Through New York, how to look for a job, how to move around and find connections, who's going to point you in what direction. Good. So that helped a whole lot. Because coming just blindly, if I came just without having someone here, I think it would even be more challenging. I've faced a lot of challenges, but it would have been more challenging to adjust.
So after the disappointment of New York, you still grew to love New York.
Yes.
Like all of us do.
Oh, yes.
Like my good friend Israel says, New York is like your best friend that you never knew you had.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Mm-hmm. I like that. Mm-hmm. It is. I grew to love it while I was adjusting. Like the first 2 weeks, 1.5 week, I was adjusting to the food. First of all, like my aunt cooked for us. She made shima, which is our local food that we eat. It tasted completely different. She made vegetables, which is like the vegetable that we have back home, collard greens here, they're called. Tasted completely different. The chicken, oh my God. Like everything. I ate. But I was just like, oh my God, this is very different. Like I adjusted to the differences. The shima tasted like the shima in South Africa. I got that. I was like, okay. South Africa is different. We kind of eat the similar foods. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, okay. But the chicken and the vegetables completely different. The taste was just way off. But after adjusting to all of that, my aunt's boyfriend at the time, he used to come at night while she was at work. He would come drive me around to see 42nd Street. And then I was like, okay, this is the America I was seeing on TV. So he would show me around the bridge, Brooklyn Bridge. He would show me around Washington, the Washington Bridge, all of the bridges. He would show me around, and he would drive me at night.
Shout out to him.
Yes, no, I'm so grateful to him because
he gave you a tour. I never had that.
Yeah, he gave me a tour. It was really, I was received well. I can't complain.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That helps.
Yeah, it definitely helped because if I just stayed in the house, I would have been so miserable.
Yeah.
But he would come, drive me around. I remember he took me to Burger King and he bought me a burger. I was just like, not that good. But I ate it. Not to be rude. I ate it because
I can't get sponsorship from Burger King now. Nah, I'm messing with you. Nah. So, how did you decide on a career path after you settled down a little bit?
Career path. I mean, for me, I did when I came, since I just graduated from school, from high school, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go to, once I finish, I'll find a job somehow. Then I came to the realization that it takes long for me to transfer my credits. Whatever I had learned to transfer it here. I didn't want to go through that hassle. So I went into doing high school diploma.
Okay.
Because the goal was for me to go to college.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to college. So I did my high school diploma. And in the meantime, everybody in my community, my Zambian community, was doing babysitting and housekeeping. Nobody really explained how it was. Everybody just made it look like it was so easy.
Yeah.
The money is easy. The work is easy. My aunt took me to an agency. I did. It was hard looking for work. But I eventually, when I got a job, it was from taking care of 5 kids. 5 kids, wow. Ages 6 to 7 years old. And
at the same time?
At the same time.
Dang.
And I was a nanny and a housekeeper at the same time. The house was humongous, huge. The first time I got there, I really contemplated on what on my decision. Like, is this the right decision I had made?
Yeah.
I came from a home at the time where we were served by our housekeepers. We treated them like family.
Yeah.
The first evening I get there, Ralph, she asked me to serve dinner for the family. You know, around 5 o'clock here, it gets really dark. And for the kids, she had really like a schedule for what time they eat, and 8 o'clock, they were all in bed. So she asked me to serve dinner. So I served them dinner. And I'm thinking, I'm being treated like the way I treat our people back home. She tells me to go sit in the kitchen and look through the glass doors for when they finish to go collect the plates. I'm sitting in the kitchen. This is like few minutes of being at the house.
Yeah.
I just start crying. I think of my mom. I think of my decision. I'm now a servant in someone's home. How is this? Like, how does this work for me? And then I look at the house, how humongous it was. I was super skinny when I first came here. Growing up in school, I was athletic. I ran track a lot, so I kept my shape. But when I came here, it's like so skinny, and trying to think through of how I'm going to clean the house and take care of 5 kids. My schedule was 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. every day for 6 days.
6 a.m. to 12 a.m. Wow. All right.
The kids woke up at 6 in the morning every single day. Everybody at the same time. Got them ready. 3 of them went to school. 2 of them stayed home with me, the 6-month and the 2-year-old. And I would clean the house with them coming with me in every room. And then I after 6 months, to be honest with you, my body could not take it anymore. I was using muscles I've never used in my life.
Wow.
Just the stress level, like there was no money in the world that could have kept me at that house. And on top of that, my boss was not the nicest person ever. She was a stay-at-home mom, but her husband was not treating her the right way, the way she wanted to be treated. And then the stress was coming on to me.
Oh, she was taking it out on
She
you.
was displacing her anger.
Yeah.
And I get it. And aside from that also, having 5 kids is a lot. Because you get to juggle a marriage, you get to juggle your children, and then you get to juggle this new person in your house that has a different culture completely from yours.
Yeah, but
And-
still, you don't.
And I'm trying to adjust to the new world that I've moved into. And I'm trying to adjust to her and her family. I was adjusting to everybody else in the house, 7 people, and they're all adjusting to me. So it was the most stressful time I've ever gone through.
I respect you for going through that and surviving because time it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not
So
easy.
after that, I quit after 6 months.
Yeah.
And I talk about all of this. I share it on my podcast, Concrete Pastures. Like I tell my story step by step on how I arrived as well. But after that, I found another job, which was completely day and night from the first one.
The first one, yeah.
And I worked for them for a year and change. And after that, I was just like, okay, this is enough. Let me go into what I really want to do, which was getting into finance. And after babysitting for so long, it's another reality as well of where's your resume? That's what everybody was asking.
Wow.
So the first job that I went to interview for was at Macy's on 34.
Yeah.
They had a call. I don't even know how I found it, but I went, and I didn't get the job because I didn't have a resume. But there was this girl from Nigeria. For some reason, she saw me, and right away we became friends. We were walking around. She's like, "Let's go to H&M." As we're going to H&M, she's talking to me, asking me questions as to why did you come to Macy's. She also had come for an interview, but she had been in America for longer than me. And in the working world of, not babysitting, but office work.
She had been in the okay.
Yeah. So she told me, she's like, you need to build your resume, and I can help you build your resume. This is somebody I just met. She's telling me this. And I've had a few people that have come into my life that way. I call them my angels. Right away, she tells me, I used to work for this McDonald's in Harlem. I know the boss. We can go from here to there right now, today. Sure. Her word was...
And she came through.
Yeah. We went to McDonald's in Harlem. He owned 3 of them, all of the ones in Harlem. And I spoke to him. The next day, I met one of the bosses for the one that ran the McDonald's on Harlem 125th. And I started work. I mean, that was the beginning of my resume to get into finance.
Wow.
But when I got there, I hated it, Ralph. I hated it. The uniform.
Yeah.
I've always hated wearing a uniform. Well, even back in school, I just hated wearing uniform. I like to have the freedom to wear my own stuff. So the uniform and then the food.
Which makes sense when it comes to your church too.
Yes. No, it does. It really does. I like to have the freedom. And then the food. My kids eat McDonald's now. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. I'm a healthy eater.
I think there's another reason too, but I won't say it now.
But there is some other reasons to why people don't choose to eat McDonald's. But it's fast food. My fast food that I like it tastes different from me. My palate is very different to the fast food that they serve here. I don't really like to participate in it, but so I worked there for like few months, and then one day I just nudged myself. I'm like, let me go to Bloomingdale's. Let me see what they have, if they have any positions open. Let me just walk there. It just kept coming to my heart. So one day when I was off, I just walked.
You followed your intuition.
Yes, I just walked to 59th, went to Human Resources. I asked them if they had any openings. She tells me, go upstairs. There is an opening for sales associate. I went to interview right away. I was hired. He asked me for a resume. I told him I didn't have one. I forgot it at home. Meanwhile, I didn't have one. But I told them I worked at McDonald's, which was great to build your resume that way. 2 weeks later, I quit McDonald's and I was working for Bloomingdale's. And after Bloomingdale's, I worked for them for a little bit. That was in 2005, actually. I worked for them for a little bit. I met this guy from Citibank. He was opening up accounts. So when I saw him, I started to ask him questions. How do you get into banking? All you need is customer service and cash experience. I was like, I have both of those. And I was still friends with the girl from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. She pointed me into the direction of a guy who helped me write my resume. He's from Senegal. We're still friends. He helped me do my resume. He helped me prepare. He was working for Citibank at the time. He's like, my branch is actually hiring. I'll help you prepare. From that conversation, and I'm so grateful to my Nigerian friend and to my Senegalese.
There's some Nigerians that come through.
For me, I've had good experiences. You guys get a bad rev, but everybody I've met.
There's a lot of wild Nigerians. There's a lot of us.
Yes, I agree. But far,
when you meet the good ones, you meet them.
Yes, I've met the good ones so far, and I have no complaints. But I feel very blessed that I met the good Nigerians. So from that's how my career started in finance. I started as a part-time teller.
Awesome. So I would love to continue, but we are out of time.
Oh, okay.
So we definitely have to do a part 2 so that we can dive into the financial industry and talk more about that. So 2 quick questions to wrap up. I know we mentioned your dancing as a kid earlier on, but we can't let you go without doing the proper music question.
Oh gosh.
So we need you to dance for 1 hour. Don't worry, we are not making a video of that. Give us 3 artists that can keep you dancing, and you can give us your local artists. Not the most popular names. You can't give us Beyonce. You can't give us Rihanna. That's cheating. You can give us Drake. I've already mentioned Drake, so Drake's out of the equation.
Okay.
So, and you can't give us Burna Boy too, because too many people have given Burna Boy on this podcast.
Okay.
And you can't give us the next one too, Davido. It's also out of bounds.
Okay, so I guess Wizkid is out of question too.
Yes, good. And you see, that's the point. So just give us 3 quick artists that keep you dancing. You can give us only Zambian, or you can give us one Bronx.
I'll throw my friend in.
Okay.
DJ H, that made the soundtrack for Concrete Pastures.
Oh, that's a good soundtrack.
Thank you.
Is H as in letter H?
H, yeah.
Oh, okay.
H-Man.
H-Man.
Yeah,
Oh.
DJ H-Man.
All right.
He's Harold Mavola. So he just cut it in half, I guess, in a way, cut it. Yeah. And I would put Your Maps. He's Zambian also.
Your Maps.
Yes, Your Maps.
Okay.
Who else keeps me dancing? No
woman?
Women.
No.
I mean, you told me not famous ones.
Okay, so
you told me not the famous ones. So
if you can give me one that I might not know the one that you mentioned. Let's see. If it's a woman that I don't know, then that means even if she's famous, I might accept her.
Beyonce.
What?
Yeah,
Is Beyonce from Zambia?
Not. She's all from Zambia.
You can give from Malawi or South Africa. You can give from nearby.
From Nigeria.
No.
My girl.
We're not doing that. We're not Yemi Alade. No, not.
We're not doing Nigeria.
There's a quota. They've already met the quota. There are other people.
Okay.
You can pick from your neighbors.
From our neighbors, like Congo, jeez. Congo, there was this woman that used to keep us,
You can bring from your childhood days too. It doesn't have to be recent.
yes, that's from my childhood days, actually. The lady, I'm forgetting her name. She was in competition with Kofi Olomide, and
Oh,
yeah,
who was that?
I'm forgetting her name, but she's from Congo as well.
Oh,
She used
I
to
can't
record
remember.
in France. That's where her
Yeah.
videos would come in from.
Yeah, that's where everybody recorded back then.
Yeah.
So I
they'll-
can't remember.
she would
But there was a
record.
woman or two back then.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
I like the group Makoma.
Makoma.
Yeah.
Another name.
I like that, the group
All right.
Makoma.
We'll,
It's,
we'll
I
take
think
that for now.
it's the family.
All right. Final question. What would you like to leave the audience with? It's your freestyle moment.
Oh, okay. To my, everything that comes out of me is immigrant because of my platform, and I live and breathe it type of thing. I just want to encourage somebody who, I guess, if they go to a country and they see other people, let's say they come in and someone has been here longer than them, not to compare themselves to those people. You don't know their connections. You don't know what they have been through to get where they are. Don't compare your day 2, your day 1, or your 1 year to somebody who's been in the country for 10 years. Run your race. Enjoy your journey. Once upon a time, your dream was to go to America. And if you are at the level of just at the beginning of your journey as being an immigrant, celebrate that. Like, at least I made it to America. And just enjoy the process of whatever has your name on it, nobody can take it.
Beautiful. I agree.
Yeah, because I went through so much stress. If I knew this for myself, I should have.
Yeah, that's why we share our stories today.
Yeah.
And hopefully someone listening out there can touch somebody and they apply it going
That's
forward.
the goal. Seriously, that's the goal.
So we didn't get the chance to talk about your podcast, and that's another reason why we'll have a part 2. But please plug yourself in and let people know where they can find you and listen to your beautiful podcast.
Hello, everybody. So Concrete Pastures can be found on my website, concretepastures.com, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Spotify, Apple, Samsung, Amazon.
That's
We
right.
are everywhere. And I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Follow me. All the podcast episodes are actually on Facebook. If you'd like to take a listen, they are very inspiring. If you are a dreamer out there, we're trying to give a different view of what being an immigrant is.
That's right.
And through each other's stories, we are inspiring each other. This way we don't feel alone, and we're making a way for other people that are coming after us to learn something so they don't make the same mistakes like we did. Hopefully, somebody learns something, and the goal is for somebody to take over this, I guess, also take it to a whole different level as well in the future.
That's right. And I'll be a future guest on the podcast, so be on the lookout, people.
Yay!
And so I'm not the only one who talks about immigrants or gives mostly immigrants a voice on his platform. So thank you all, and Umbana, my sister Nancy, for coming on the show. That's how we say thank you in my language.
Yay.
And Umbana, everyone listening, come back next week, and don't forget to send in your answer to the question. How long? Why are you living in the city? Why are you living in the city that you are currently living in? Just email your answers, leave a voice message, or DM in the inboxes of the various social media that I'm on. the podcast. Don't DM my personal, DM at the podcast. Yeah. All right. Mbana, and thank you for the privilege of your company. See you next week. Thanks for listening to White Label American. If you enjoy the show, we'll appreciate if you rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. If you have any questions, comments, or have someone who will be a good guest on the show, or you want to be on the show, send us a message at whitelabelamerican@gmail.com. And make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at White Label American. Thank you for your support.